You're right, Miss McCormick. For our percussion instruments, to make sound, we need to either strike, scrape, or shake. Like we said before, these are the three ways that you make sound on your percussion instrument. Let's talk about what our instruments are made out of. We have some that are made out of metal, like a gong or a tam-tam. Some that are made out of wood, like a conga, a djembe, or a xylophone. Also, we also have animal hides that can be stretched out over the top of a drum. So think of like a drum head for a conga. And also, our percussion instruments can be placed in the two categories. Pitched instruments, instruments that have different highs and lows, or unpitched instruments, instruments that when you strike them, scrape them, or shake them, they have one sound.
Although we won't be going over all of the instruments of the percussion family, we will be going over a select few. The first one we'll be going over is a snare drum. A snare drum was originally called a side drum because a player would carry it around their waist or their side. They would put it over their side. Shaped like a cylinder, the skin of the drum is stretched up over the top. To play the drum, you have to strike it with two mallets. Bring it a little closer. You good?
Yeah, I can't see.
The snare sound that you hear is some wires that are at the bottom of the drum. It rattles and helps produce the snare's special sound. It sounds like this. Wasn't that cool sounding? The snare is very good at playing a roll. So did you hear that big drum roll? Yeah, specifically known for that sound. The snare drum is a non-pitched percussion instrument, meaning it does not have a high or a low. It has one flat tone. On to our next instrument.
Our next instrument is the bass drum. The bass drum is the largest and lowest member of the percussion family. It plays a very low sound, and the bass drum can be played in a variety of different settings. This is what one sounds like. The bass drum falls into our unpitched percussion because it doesn't have any highs or lows, but just one long low sound. How about we find out what our next instrument is?
Our next instrument is the cymbals. The cymbals are made of metal and they clang together or strike together to make a sound. They look like this. Or this, or this, or this. Maybe in music class you've played some finger cymbals before. They come in many sizes. Tiny ones like finger cymbals, or really big ones that they would play in an orchestra. They can sound soft and delicate, or they can sound loud and harsh. Let's take a listen. Whoa, that was so loud. Were those cymbals You're right, really loud. The cymbals can be used in all different types of music, and they are also unpitched, meaning they don't really have a lot of highs and lows, only one sound. Let's move on to our next instrument.
All right, our next instrument is a gong. The gong is an Asian instrument that is made out of metal and is usually struck with a mallet. There's so many different ways you can play a gong. I've seen people take a metal scraper and scrape along the gong and make a really cool sound. How about we listen to what a gong sounds like? Whoa, did you hear that really long sound the gong made? So do you think our gong is a pitched or an unpitched instrument? Yes, it's unpitched. It only has one tone and not many highs and lows like a pitched percussion instrument would have. How about we find out what our next instrument is?
The triangle. The triangle is a very simple but effective instrument. It is a piece of metal in the shape of a triangle. While the triangle is the smallest, it can be very clear and shimmering that cuts through even the loudest of music. So sometimes you'll see a triangle player and they'll be going really fast and you can just hear that music so clearly. I wonder if we can listen to what a triangle sounds like. That sounded beautiful. The triangle's pitch is not distinct. It has to do with how hard you strike it. It is also in many different sizes. There can be large triangles, medium triangles, small triangles. Big triangles are usually just a little bit louder than small ones. And this instrument is unpitched. It just has that same ringing, high-ish sound.
All right, our next instrument is the timpani. The timpani is made out of copper. And you can see that color right there at the bottom of our nose. All right, the way you play the timpani is by striking it with mallets. And you can change the pitch of the drum by using the pedal that's at the very bottom. You can probably see it if you look really closely. So do you think our timpani is pitched or unpitched? It is pitched. You got it, because you can change those different pitches of each timpani drum. How about we listen to what a timpani sounds like?
And might actually be my favorite instrument, other than your voice. It's our xylophone. A xylophone is originally made out of wood and mounted onto a frame. The bars are different pitches, different highs and lows, and are beaten or striked with mallets. That's right. Most xylophones have tubes or gourds below each to increase the sound. This is not the xylophones that we see at the elementary level, but it is the xylophones or the marimbas that you would see in high school. The biggest xylophones have almost 50 bars of different pitches, different highs and lows. Do you think this instrument is pitched or unpitched? Duh, it is pitched because we were talking about our melody, our highs and our lows. Xylophones help us discover our melodies a lot in music class because they mimic our voice. Let's listen to what a xylophone sounds like. Doesn't that have such a cool sound? Let's go ahead and go over some more instruments. They might not be all instruments we talked in depth about, but I bet you anything, by looking at their design or their picture, you can figure out what it's made out of. Here we go. Let's see if we can decode and figure out what some of these percussion instruments are made out of. Here we go. This looks like a drum, something that we have to strike. Do you think it's made out of paper, metal, wood, or plastic? I think you're right. It's made out of wood. That's right, around that drum. Very nice. Let's go on to our next one. Some rhythm sticks. Oh, I know you definitely know what those are made out of. No, they're not made out of plastic. They're made out of wood. That's right. Good job. I think we talked about this one. Yes, that is our triangle. This one is made out of metal. Good job. Ooh, I like this one. This one we shake. That's right. This one is made out of shiny. Metal again. Good job. Ooh. This one looks like it's made out of two things. Don't you think? Yeah, I see some brown that looks like it's made out of wood and some silver, shiny brass or metal that's made out of metal. Nice. Ooh, a tone block. I have one of those. It's definitely not made out of paper. It's not made out of metal because I have to strike it. It's made out of wood. Nice job. What? Oh yeah, I was just shaking my maracas. No, these don't look like they're made out of paper or metal. They must be made out of wood. Yeah. Oh, we went over these. It's our cymbals. Yeah, they are made out of brass or metal. Nice job. This one's a little hard to see, but it's a rain stick. And it is something that you turn and it makes sound. It's made out of wood. That's right, with little beads that sometimes shake down. And then we're just going to go back. Well, thanks so much. I'm so glad that you got to learn more about the percussion family. Instruments that you strike, scrape, and shake. See you next time.